Starting game number 2, Dan Yuzerski, Alec Kraut handles Davidson fires and misses on a 3. And Alec, this is another one where I guess people just don't want to come to the playoffs anymore as Merlin fires and misses.
Yeah, second straight game with only one guy available off the bench for both teams.
As Cardesi misses.
Although for Stearns Trailer, a lot of those guys that are here are a lot of their main guys. Look at Jalen Gaffney, Rasheed Merlin, Parker Dortch. They're at least in a pretty good spot. You can say the same about RKE too, actually.
Gillette fires, no on a 3. And a whistle.
For both these teams, they have a lot of their main guys. You know, you look at Cardesi, obviously Davidson back for the first time in a couple weeks. Misung, Moran, Gillette. These are 5 of your really main guys that you've relied on for a lot of the season. And then off the bench, you got Jay King available as well. And then for Stearns, yeah, Amon had a really good game a few games ago as they were trying to round out the regular season. Then obviously Gaffney, Merlin, Dortch, like I was mentioning.
Yeah.
So at the very least, even though both teams have shorter benches, a lot of the guys that are here are the ones that they need to move on.
You're right. As one more coming for Davidson. He missed the first, and he gets the second. 1-0. Here's Mason Jones. If you're Stearns, no Larry Smith, who's been in and out, but you do have your good defensive pairing of Dortch and Gaffney, and that one's off the mark, no good. But if Stearns is to win this game, you run into an absolute buzzsaw the next time out in Seaview. If not, it would be Seaview ACI Robbins Nest in the semis, and that's already the second. The team's foul on Stearns. Gillette falls away and misses, and that one will go back to Stearns. Long pass, Dortch lays it up and in.
Yeah, nice job by Dortch running the floor. Realized he had a step on Gillette and just went right past him, and good job by Gaffney putting it on the money.
Masong hacked by Merlin, and that's already the 3rd foul on Stearns Trailer.
Stearns foul, charge number 25. Rasheed Merlin, his first, team's 3rd. At the line for RKE, Alex Masung. He will be shooting 2.
Masung gets the first. And he misses the second, so we're tied at 2. Cardesi gets it back, fires one up, and hits. Dortch spins, fouled by Moran.
RKE foul, charge number 10, Dane Moran, his first, team's first. At the line for Stearns, Parker Dortch, and he will be shooting 2.
As Dortch makes the first. Both go for Dortch. Here's Masung. Fires and misses. Rebounding out to Mason Jones, who once again wearing a different number and missing. That's Masung the other end. Here's Jones. Wild shot again missing. Jalen Gaffney's yet to put up a shot, and Mason Jones has taken 2 selfish ones. That one no good. Heyman saved it. And is he hurt? I don't know, as Gaffney fires, hits on a 3. 7-6. Here is Cardesi, fires in Moran, and he missed at point blank range. How did he do that? and then out of bounds.
It looked like Gaffney was kind of holding his lower back as well, and that kept him from getting the contest up, but it ended up not mattering. It looks like he's all right.
Eamon hobbling, Gaffney hobbling. We might end up in a forfeit tonight. Gaffney, corner, hounded by Moran. Drives in, falls on a wet spot, kicks out. Open look, Dortch, three, bucket, a triple. And down the lane, denied by Dortch, and they get a foul. That's gonna go on Dortch. Fourth on Stearns, and ooh, I don't know about that one. So Gillette misses the first. He's got one more here. And then on the other end, Dortch right there for the layup. That one tipped. They tried to get it into Moran. Here's Gaffney around Gillette, drives in, lost it, bless you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Stearns foul, charge number 25, Rasheem Merlin, his second, team's fifth. At the line for RKE, Nick Davidson, and he will be shooting two.
Davidson got the first. And he got the second. Here's Merlin. He misses. Gillette. Cardace, I think he wanted to take that. Stops. They find him in. Cardace, long pass, corner, Masung, and did he step out?
Out of bounds.
He did.
Possession to Stearns.
Here's Dortch. Missed. Here's Moran, long pass, Gillette, goes by, drives in, missed. And then on the other end, the tried and true Mike Amon move.
Yeah, that's, I mean, with the half spin, moving the defender over, and then that freed up a lane to just kind of push it against the glass.
Here's Cardace. Shot falls away and missed. Way off. Here's Amon. Swings in, Dortch. Masung tried to steal it, and Dortch got blocked by the rim. You could tell he's got a smile on his face.
Yeah, I think his own movement, spinning off of Masung, kind of threw off his momentum. He started falling away, so instead of having a clean look, he had to reach up and didn't have the momentum, and he actually grabbed onto the net. That's what the call was.
Exactly.
Offensive interference was the call.
Timeout on the floor, 14-10 to score in the first quarter. welcome you back to the JSBL. Here's Merlin. Here's Eamon. Just need to get through this game, and we're going to the semifinals after tonight. As Merlin off on a 3. Here's Cardace. Oh, of course. Missing on a 3. Or missing on a 2, excuse me. Long outlet pass. Here's Moran. Here's Davidson. Moran. Got it.
RKE foul charge number 24. Nick Davidson, his first. Team second. At the line for Stern. Or excuse me, they sign out.
Masung gets it. Here's Mason Jones. Misses. Eamon, no. Real riveting. Masung, oh, good layup. He's got a good layup package. As Eamon gets inside.
Stern's foul charge number 33. Mike Eamon, his first. At the line for RKE. Nick Davidson. He will be shooting 2.
As Davidson gets the first. Second goes for Davidson. This truly is horrendous. I didn't just hear
Alec, you want to lead the way the rest of the game?
Out of bounds possession RKE.
What if we just do this?
You said 5 words in the past video. Since the media time, you said 5 words.
Oh, sorry. This is just horrendous. And I kind of want to. I kind of just want to hear it.
That's what Alec and I want your page.
End of the first. We'll be right back here. We'll be right back on the JSBL Network.
We're back here in night 2 of the JSBL playoffs as James Hankowski goes up for a jumper that was blocked away by Alex Masung. 22-20 RKE leads after the first quarter. The 7 seed over the 2 seed right now as it stands. Here's Rasheen Merlin down low. In the post, goes up with a hook and misses it badly. Nick Davidson hauls in the rebound. 13 points for Parker Dortch to lead the way on 5 of 8 shooting. Here's Nico Gillette with a 3, and he knocks it down to extend the RKE lead. Gillette now 7 points, 5 rebounds, 2 of 9 shooting from the floor. The lead is 5. Here's Jalen Gaffney driving into the lane. He'll kick out for Hankowski. Sharpshooter puts one up, can't get it to fall as it's too strong. Gillette with his 6th rebound of the night. Lobs it up for Masung. He hauls it in and tried to go back up. It popped out of his hands. 2-on-1 break. Gaffney behind the back to Merlin. He throws it down. Big bucket for Stearns to keep making their way back into this game, and it looks like that'll be a delay of game warning. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe not. We're a minute into this second quarter. 25-22 RKE Athletic leads. Here's Alex Masung into the lane. Tough finish won't go, but the rebound bounces off the hands of Rasheen Merlin and out of bounds. It'll remain RKE ball, and RKE's played pretty well so far in this game. Again, as the 7 seed, all of us predicted that Stearns would win as the 2 seed. As Cardacy, too long on an inbound 3 in the corner. Mason Jones flies in for the rebound. Here's Jalen Gaffney into the lane. Finds Eamon down low, rises up through contact. That one won't fall. Dortch is there for the putback and the foul. How about the play of Dortch, single-handedly keeping Stearns' trailer in this game. He's got 15 of their 24 points. Masung on the foul. That is his first personal. It'll be 1 free throw for Dortch, and he knocks it down. A 3-point play for Parker Dortch. We're tied at 25. Here's Cardacy around a screen from Davidson. Stops at the elbow, and he'll retreat. Has the switch. Gaffney tries to switch back. A pass is fired off the arms of Davidson and into the hands of Eamon. Here's Dortch once again. He's been almost the entire offense for Stearns. He continues his run. He's got 18 points. 18 of the 27. What a run for Parker Dortch. Here's Cardacy, pulls up for 3, and he knocks it down to give RKE the lead back. Cardacy with his first 3 of the night. Here's Mason Jones around a screen from Eamon. Into the lane, high off the glass. The finish is good. 29-28. Stearns ahead. Cardacy off a high screen from Moran. He'll rise up for another 3. That one too strong. Another rebound for Parker Dortch. Dortch into the front court, driving in, looking to go coast to coast. He gets stripped by Davidson. And a transition foul by Amon to cut off the 1-on-3 break. It's Amon's second foul. Head coach Sean Gallagher of RKE Athletic was looking for a transition take foul, but he's not going to get it as there were 2 more Stearns defenders back waiting. So here's Gillette to bring it up. He's had a tough shooting start to the game. Started to heat up here in the second quarter in the isolation on Dortch. He'll rise from 3. That one short off the front of the iron. Amon with another rebound. Mason Jones will speed things up with Stearns ahead 29-28, 3 minutes in. Jones creating space. He'll fall away from 2. That one off the side of the rim. Dortch in there for another offensive rebound. A kick out to Jones, and that one misses by even more. So RKE will get the ball back 29-28, 3 minutes into the second quarter. It'll be Cardacy to bring the ball up. Again, only 6 guys on each team. Jay King hasn't seen the floor yet. It's been all 5 guys for RKE playing the entire way so far. As here's Davidson, kicks out for Gillette. Attacking the closeout, gives off to Davidson. He finishes in the lane and the foul. So Nick Davidson gives RKE Athletic the lead back. And, well, Dan Yuzerski might be eating a little bit of crow right now. As RKE ahead, looking to extend the lead to 2 points. 3-point play opportunity for Davidson, who hasn't been here for a couple of weeks. But he's back now for the postseason. And he completes the 3-point play the old-fashioned way. It's a 31-29 lead for RKE. Gaffney will bring the ball up for Stearns. Here's Mason Jones with Masung on him. Entry pass to Dortch is tipped away by Moran and picked up by Masung as a barrel roll by Mason Jones. The ball finds Cardacy in the corner. He can't get that one to fall. An offensive rebound as Dortch hits the floor is up and in by Nick Davidson. Now it's a 4-point lead for RKE Athletic. Here's Dortch. Thought about a 3. Instead, he tries to give it. A miscommunication between Merlin and Dortch. Here's Gillette with a full head of steam. Driving into the lane, looking to go coast to coast. A little bit too much English on that one. But Moran was there for the putback, and he is fouled. Looks like they'll get Dortch on the foul. That's 3 on Dortch. And, again, pretty important given the fact that James Hankowski is the only Stearns trailer player available off the bench. Second straight game that one of these bigs has picked up 3 fouls in the second quarter. So 2 shots for Moran. First one off the mark, and Stearns trailer was trying to go on offense and did not realize there was still another free throw to go. So one more free throw from Moran in a 33-29 ball game. Can't get that one to fall either, so an 0 for 2 trip from Moran. Amon with the board. Here comes Mason Jones the other way, finds Dortch open down low. Pump fakes, goes up, gets it to go, and a foul. They'll get Moran on the bump. And Dortch once again carrying this Stearns trailer offense. Second on Moran. Dortch trying to cut it to a 1-point lead. He's got over 20 points. And he finishes the 3-point play. 33-32 with under 6 minutes to play in the second quarter. Here's Masung off a screen, drives into the lane, gets stripped, and that will go out of bounds, the direction still of RKE Athletic. So Galette's inbound, he finds Moran. Over to Davidson, he'll rise from 3. That one won't go, but the rebound taken in by Gaffney. Here comes Jalen Gaffney the other way. Driving on Cardacy, finish in the lane is no good, and Cardacy didn't really need to go up for that block. It'll be goaltend, and that will put Stearns trailer back in front. It was already short off the iron, but once you've committed to going up for the block, there's kind of not much you can do when your momentum is taking you that direction. So Stearns takes the lead back. Here's Gillette the other way. Gets stripped, and then the ball taken away by Merlin. One-on-one break. Merlin slams it down for 2. 2 quick buckets for Stearns, and they're ahead by 3. Here's Masung. Was looking for Moran. Instead, he'll just pull up from the elbow. That one too strong. Gaffney with a long outlet pass. Too long from Merlin, and he fires that one into the backcourt. And releases his frustration on the bleachers behind. So 4:57 to play in the second quarter. It's a 36-33 lead in this second quarter for Stearns Trailer. Winner moves on to the semifinals. Depending on who wins, that will determine who the winning team plays. We'll get you more of that info after this break on the JSBL Network. We're back here on the JSBL Network. 36-33, Stearns Trailer ahead at the media timeout. RKE with the ball. Moran off a screen that he sets. Gives to Davidson. He took a shot in the air. Missed the shot. Here is Gaffney. Had dangerous intentions. Rising up for a poster dunk. Instead, he got fouled. So Jalen Gaffney will head to the foul line for 2 shots. They'll get the foul, I believe, on Moran. That's who it is, will be. That's his third, and once again, 2 big men in this game with 3 fouls in the second quarter. Could be a battle of attrition with 4:44 to play in the second. As Gaffney's first falls through. Jay King will get his first action tonight. He replaces Moran. And it's games, it's breaks in the action like this that would be great to have some color commentary. As Gaffney knocks down both.
I'm right here, Alec.
38-33 Stearns Trailer lead. It's almost like I can still hear Dan in my memories.
That's because I'm right here.
As Cardace off a screen knocks down a 3-pointer. I wonder what Dan would have said in this situation.
I mean, there's just an open look, and if you're going to give Cardace open looks, he's going to make you pay. And that high screen and roll just so dangerous with a shooter like Cardace.
As Merlin beats the double team for the entry pass, gives to Eamon in the post, goes with the hook around the rim. It won't fall, but Mike Eamon will head to the foul line for 2 shots, trying to extend the lead for Stearns Trailer. It's right now at 2, with 4:14 to play in the second quarter. 2 fouls on Davidson, 4 on RKE in the quarter. So 1 away from putting Stearns at the bonus with Eamon at the stripe.
And if you're RKE, I mean, I didn't give him a single chance in hell to win this game tonight.
Really? I didn't know that. As Eamon misses the first.
I mean, because considering who they have, especially just, you know, I got to stop myself. Ooh, Applebee's. But you have to feel pretty good.
As Eamon misses the second, Gaffney flies in for the rebound. Mason Jones with a 3. That one won't fall either. Gillette hauls in the board. It'll be Jay King to bring the ball up for RKE. Still 38-36. Davidson fakes on a 3, drives, puts up a shot, drawing contact. And Nick Davidson will head to the free throw line. We'll see who it's on. They'll get Hankowski on the foul.
That's a tough guard for Hankowski, because if you think about it, I mean, Nico Gallette's an all-world athlete. His cousin played in the NFL. I mean, he's one of the strongest and most athletic guards here.
He will be shooting 2.
And
So-
then, if you just look at it, I mean, it's just such a tough matchup. Davidson as well. I mean, there's just a lot of tough matchups for Hankowski, who's a really good basketball player, but you're going against guys that are seasoned veterans, seasoned pros, and Hankowski's a guy that has been a star high school player. But at times you can be overmatched here.
So second one for Davidson, that one goes. So Nick Davidson splits a pair to cut the deficit to just a point with under 4 to play in the first half as Rasheed Merlin finishes quickly on the other end to extend that lead back to 3.
By the way, if you guys heard ooh Applebee's, there's half priced apps on my mind.
Yeah, you got distracted by the bacon cheeseburger wonton tacos.
Those were good the other night, I tell you.
You didn't have any. It was Dave and I.
They looked good the other night.
They were good. Here's Davidson in the lane, draws another foul, and once again, Nick Davidson, for the second straight possession, will be heading to the stripe for 2 free throws.
Stearns foul charge number 4, James
Hankowski with 2 fouls in as many possessions. That's 3 on him.
At the line for
And both teams now in the bonus. So it'll be free throws for both sides for the remaining 3.5 minutes in the second quarter. As Davidson misses the first.
It's been a lot of sloppy play, fouls, all this and all that. It's not been a good basketball game here in game 2.
Yeah, and the winner of this game, like we mentioned heading into the break, it'll depend on who wins. If RKE Athletic wins, they will play against County Line Auto Body. If Stearns wins, they'll play against Seaview Jeep because of the reseeding that the JSBL does in the semifinals of the playoffs. Here's Dortch, post hook, falls away, and the nice touch by Dortch. Again, carrying this offense. Dortch nets another.
I mean, Parker Dortch is putting up a performance that is incredible tonight.
As Masung couldn't throw down the putback dunk. Ball on the ground, taken in by Mason Jones. Finds Dortch down low. Finds Merlin on the opposite leg of the post, and Merlin puts in the layup.
That's a connection right there. Dortch and Merlin, very close friends, and then just an excellent move by Dortch to find him under the basket. A good cut as well.
Galette's 3 won't go. Too strong off the back iron. Gaffney with the rebound. He's looking to speed it up. Stops in the lane. Got his pocket picked by Galette. Finds Davidson way down low on the other end of the court. And he gets the open layup to fall. It's 44-40 with 2.5 to play in the first half. Here's Mason Jones working on Jay King. Gets inside, draws a foul, got it, end of foul.
You know, it would be nice if we had stats, but the guys that were supposed to run stats over to us ran it over to Greg. And
he might be more important than us.
It's true. Greg Capalco and Ron Cornegie. That's what.
As after the basket, Sean Gallagher will call a timeout as RKE down by 6. So we'll take it with them. 46-40, Stearns trailer, the 2 seed ahead of the 7 seed. RKE Athletic, 2.5 to play in the first half. We're back here after the RKE athletic timeout. Mason Jones finished a 3-point play, and Parker Dortch will head to the foul line to attempt to knock down 2 more after a miss on the other end by RKE. So Stern's starting to pull away a little bit. It's 47-40 with 2:09 to play in the first half.
I mean, that's expected.
A light bench for both sides as Dortch's first free throw will fall through. And Dortch has, we don't have the exact stats right now, but has to have at least over half of Stern's Trailers' points so far in the first half tonight. As that one too strong off the back iron. And Stearns has needed a lot of it because with this 8-point lead, it's been close for a lot of it. RKE has played fairly well, kept themselves competitive.
Yeah.
Here's Kyle Cardacci.
I would put the money on 95% chance we're talking to Parker Dortch in about 45 minutes or so.
It looks pretty good right now as Cardacci cuts the deficit to 6. Mason Jones spins off his man and finishes in the lane. Nice job by Mason Jones to get inside and pushes the lead back.
He might
to
go to
8.
Applebee's after this.
As Davidson in the lane, he finishes on the other end. Jones will cross the timeline, under 90 seconds to play.
Tell you what, I kind of think maybe we should go to Robin's Nest after this.
Maybe. They're in the semifinals as Merlin misses on a fall-away hook shot.
Some pancakes. You think they have good pancakes at the Robin's Nest?
I would hope so if it's a diner. You gotta. As Masung finishes on the lane the other end.
He's been just such a good finisher at the rim, and anytime he gets inside, I'm pretty confident that he'll score. As RKE is Stearns called a timeout. Should we take one with them?
I think we should. 50-46. Exciting 55 seconds coming up for the final minute of the first half here in the quarterfinals of the JSBL playoffs. We're back here after the timeout, and another foul has been called. Alex Masung on a reach-in foul as Mason Jones was trying to turn the corner, and that will send Jones to the stripe. Exactly 50 seconds to play in the third quarter, or in the second quarter, I should say, in this first half. Jones trying to extend the lead as he hits the first. Dane Moran will check back into the game, as does Mike Amon. And for the final 50 seconds of the first half, they replace Jay King and James Hankowski, respectively. One more for Jones at the stripe. And he knocks it down. So a 6-point lead with under 50 to play in this first half. Here's Cardacci around a screen from Moran, driving in through a couple of defenders, and he gets the English. Sweet finish by Cardacci to cut the deficit to 4. They can go 2 for 1 here if they choose. Mason Jones with a sweet behind-the-back pass to Rasheed Merlin, and the 2 for 1 is accomplished in style.
I mean, Merlin's just so good at being able to run the floor. I mean, he's second-team All-JSBLer this year. And if you're Mason Jones, you want to start doing that more, maybe. Finding guys open, and he's such a good passer. When he could do stuff like that, you wonder why he doesn't pass more.
So shot clock and game clock lined up. Cardacci will isolate on Jalen Gaffney.
Oh, just great defense.
Tried to poke it away, but couldn't. Cardacci recovers with 3, around the horn with 2. Gillette at the buzzer. It's off the front of the iron. So an interesting first half of play here in the JSBL quarterfinals. It's a 54-48 lead for Stearns Trailer, the 2 seed over the 7 seed RKE Athletic. We'll head to the halftime break. 5 minutes until the start of the third quarter. Winner moves on to the semifinals played on Wednesday. So we'll be back after this in 5 minutes on the JSBL Network. So a technical foul was issued against Mason Jones of Stearns Trailer. Cardacey knocked down the free throw. Stearns still leads 63-55, and now 65-55 as Dortch finishes in the lane. He had 24 points and 4 rebounds in that opening half of play. Big reason why Stearns was able to build the lead, as Cardacey can't knock down a 3. Chase for the rebound is won by Mason Jones as he makes the heady play to throw it off the leg of Dane Moran and give Stearns the ball back. Merlin open for 3 off back iron. Aiming right there for the offensive rebound. Fires a laser down low to a cutting Merlin. And Merlin finishes the easy layup for 2, and Stearns is really starting to take this game over. It's 67-55 with 6 minutes to play in the third quarter. Here's Alex Masung. At the line, just flips it up, can't get it to fall. Moran will get called for the foul, and that's his 5th.
RKE foul charge number
So Dane Moran in some foul trouble now. 5 fouls with 6 minutes to play in the third quarter. Jay King will check in, and you can imagine Moran will probably sit for a good amount of the rest of this third quarter. You can feel Stearns starting to take over this game. They're up by 12 with 6 minutes to play in the third. Here's Dortch facing up, now backing down Davidson. Into the lane, puts up a floater. He got it, and a foul. And Dortch giving a little dance after the bucket. Parker Dortch has been absolutely tremendous tonight on both ends of the floor. That's 4 fouls on Davidson now, so the foul's starting to pile up for RKE as James Hankowski will check back into the game for Stearns. He replaces Mason Jones.
He replaces Mason Jones.
The lead up to 14 as Dortch misses the free throw. The largest of the game by either side as Masong drives into the lane. And they'll get Masong on the offensive foul as Dortch set himself up nicely under the basket.
Alex Masson, his third.
3 on Masong. So you got 5 on Moran, 4 on Davidson, and 3 on Masong. And Sean Gallagher with the lead starting to balloon now at 14 will take a timeout. 69-55, 5:44 to play in the third quarter. We'll take a quick break, and on the other side, back to the action here in the quarterfinals of the Jersey Shore Basketball League playoffs. We're back after the RKE timeout. Mike Amon at the free throw line, as he can't make the first one. It's still a 69-55 lead. And he knocks down the second, and wow. Luis Garcia Jr. in his first game as a Yankee just hit a go-ahead 2-run bomb. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Davidson into the lane, gets the, oh no, he didn't get it to fall. Here's Merlin the other way, gets his pocket picked by Masung, but he kicks it out of bounds.
Possession of Stearns.
Here's Amon, skip pass to Hankowski, corner triple in stride, he knocks it down. And it's an 18-point lead for Stearns Trailer. The 2 seed is looking to pull away with this one and pass the midway point of the third quarter. Here's Gillette. To Davidson, goes up with it, can't get the English, but he got fouled.
Stearns foul charge number 25 for Rasheed Merlin, his third. Team's first. At the line for RKE, Nick Davidson. Shooting 2.
As he hits the first. And he knocks down the second, so 2 free throws good for Nick Davidson. The lead down to 16. It's been an excellent third quarter for Stearns Trailer. That man with the basketball, Parker Dortch, has been really good all game long. As he's trying to play make out of the post, finds Amon, who will give it right back, 9 to shoot for Dortch. Double shades over, but Dortch just rises up with the hook and knocks it down, the lead back to 18. Here's Cardace probing, and now he'll retreat. Finds Gillette. He'll shoot a corner 3 and knock it down. Big 3 for RKE. They needed that one. Lead is down to 16. As Gaffney left open from the perimeter, he can't find the bottom of the net. Cardace in transition the other way. That one too strong. As Jay King saves it over to Cardace over his head. Finds Gillette. Another 3 won't go, but Masung right there for the rebound. That one is put back in, the lead down to 13, and Stearns a little bit lackadaisical on the defensive end on that possession, trying to get it get a defensive rebound as Dortch can't knock down the corner 3. Here's King the other way, finds Masung. He'll rise up from the elbow and leaves it short, but Davidson right there for a rebound. Drives past Merlin, and he knocks down the layup, and all of a sudden, it's a 7-0 run from RKE Athletic. The lead is down to 13 points. 75-64 with 3:10 to play. As a lot of off-ball contact. Merlin open from beyond the arc, and he knocks it down. Cardace and Dortch were battling down low in the post. It looked like Dortch was trying to clear out. Cardace didn't get the whistle. And he's still not happy about it. Cardace, top of the key, drives in and lays it in with a finger roll finish. Lead down to 12 as it looks like we'll get a stoppage for a wet spot. It's the immediate timeout anyways with 2:45 to play in this third quarter. 78-66, Stearns Trailer still ahead, looking to punch their ticket to the semifinals. If they win, they would face off against Seaview Jeep. If RKE can complete the comeback and win, they'll play County Line Auto Body, the top seed. But either way, should be an interesting finish here in the third quarter on the JSBL Network. We're back here after the media timeout. Mason Jones has re-entered the game for Stearns Trailer. He replaces James Hankowski. Here's Mike Amon in the post. Fires a skip pass over to Merlin. He can't complete the highlight with the corner three. It was around the rim and out. As Davidson finds himself open under the basket, and all of a sudden, the lead down to 10. RKE still fighting its way back in this game as Masung will pick up a reach-in foul. RKE over the limit, so that will send Jalen Gaffney to the foul line, and that's 4 on Alex Masung. Dane Moran is already on the bench with 5, and you also have Nick Davidson, I believe, with 4. So the foul's starting to pile up a little bit for RKE as Gaffney knocks down the first. As Gaffney hits a pair, pushes the lead back up to 12, giving them a little bit more room in the lead. Here's Cardacy looking to create some space on Gaffney. Into the lane, goes double clutch with the layup and gets the English off the glass and in. Cardacy puts the lead back to 10. Under 2 minutes to play. RKE looking for a defensive stop. Mason Jones will bring the ball up, guarded by Jay King. Fires over to Merlin. Now down low to Dortch. Right back to Merlin. He's left wide open from 3. Can't make the defense pay as he misses it, but he does get the offensive rebound. Just barely saved that ball from going out of bounds as we get a whistle. And Dortch lost control of it. They'll call a double dribble. So RKE will take over. They're down by 10 with 90 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Cardacy. Fires a 3 off a screen, short off the front iron. As some contact, Merlin holding his face. He finds Davidson down low for a 3. He misses it short. Cardacy there for the offensive rebound. Merlin still in a little bit of pain. Cardacy misses the layup short. Dortch with the rebound. It looks like Merlin's all right as he streaks down the floor for an open layup in transition. Merlin with a big bucket to push the lead back to 12. Looks like he took a little bit of a shot to the face and then recovered to knock down the bucket. As Masung, baseline J, is off the side of the backboard. Amon with the rebound. Gives up to Dortch. It's a 4-on-1 break. Dortch with a Euro step, and he finishes with the right hand. Under a minute to play in the third quarter. It's 84-70. Stearns looking to put some finishing touches on a big third quarter lead. It was a solid effort by RKE to continue to fight back into this game. It was an 18-point lead at one point. Now it was down to 10 a couple of possessions ago. Now it's back up to 14. Here's Cardacy, guarded by Gaffney, crossing over, creating space. Calls for the isolation. Now gives to Davidson. Davidson drives on Amon, goes up with it, draws a foul. They'll get that one on Amon, and Nick Davidson will head back to the free throw line with 29.4 on the clock in the third quarter. I'll tell you what, Davidson, one of the best in the league at drawing contact and getting to the free throw line. First in the last 2 minutes on Stearns Trailer. Davidson was 7 of 9 from the stripe in the first half as he knocks down the first. Hankowski will check back into the game for Mike Amon after he picked up the foul.
Re-entering for Stearns, number 4, James Hankowski.
84-71, 7 seconds, or 5 seconds I should say, between shot and game clock as Davidson hits both. Mason Jones will bring it up. As Stearns will try to draw some time off the clock. Jones actually will just rise up from 3. He misses it short. Long rebound goes out to Gillette and the shot clock off. RKE can hold for 1. If they knock down a 3, they'll cut it to a single-digit game. Cardacy in the corner trying to do just that. He can't, but Davidson right there for the offensive rebound. His hook is good. Right back down to 10. 6 seconds now. Jones got to speed it up a little bit. Now here he goes into the front court with 2. Mason Jones coast to coast. He got rejected by Davidson, and that's how the third quarter will end. So Stearns Trailer led by as many as 18 points, but a good run by RKE to end it. They trail by 10 points after 3 quarters of play in the JSBL quarterfinals. We'll take a quick break. Final 10 minutes of the action coming up next here in Manasquan. Ten minutes to play in the final JSBL quarterfinal matchup as Kyle Cardace cuts the Stearns Trailer lead to just single digits now. It's 84-76. Here's Parker Dortch in the post. Double team comes over. Dortch finds Mason Jones at the foul line. Jumper is good. Jones with 13 points on the night, third on the team. Parker Dortch has been tremendous with 37 points, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists and 2 steals. As Dane Moran back into the game for the first time after an extended break due to foul trouble. He can't get his first try to fall, but he gets the rebound and puts it back in. Rasheen Merlin also with 19 points and 8 rebounds. Here's Merlin in the post, now up to 21 points. Good job by Merlin using the strength down low and the lead back to 10. Here's Cardace with Jones on him. He'll just rise up from 3. That one too strong, but Davidson there for the offensive rebound. Davidson with a spin move in the lane. He gets it to fall. Long outlet pass up ahead to Gaffney. He'll just pull up from 3, and he knocks it down. Much needed bucket from beyond the arc for Stearns Trailer to push the lead back to double digits at 11. I'll tell you, Nick Davidson has been really good in this game as well. 27 points to lead RKE Athletic, 11 of 13 from the foul line to go along with 7 rebounds. He's drawn 9 fouls. As he usually does, he gets to the line many, many times. Here's Moran, nice fake down low. He gets the reverse to fall. Kyle Cardace second on the team with 21 points, 6 rebounds. Neither of these teams have had great efficiency from the floor, 45% from the floor for Stearns. And make that go up a little bit more as Parker Dortch knocks down a 3-pointer in the corner and the lead back up to 12. Here's Cardace in the lane, gets it to go, and a foul. Cardace now with 23. As Mike Amon will check back into the game for James Hankowski. 45% from the floor, like I mentioned, for Stearns Trailer, and only 33% for RKE Athletic. But they're hanging around as Cardace misses the 3-point play opportunity. Down to 10 once again. Here's Stearns the other way. Gaffney driving into the lane, goes up and under with the spin. He can't get it to fall. Gillette with the rebound. Long outlet up to Cardace. He finishes the finger roll.
That's a great pass to get inside of Cardace.
Oh my goodness, who was that?
It's been a tough night. I've been back and forth.
Lead back down to 8, but right back up to 11 after a corner 3
and that's
from Jalen Gaffney.
And that's been the story of RKE season, where it's like you can get it to 8, you can get it, but then of course the defensive lapse happens here. They need this here though. As
Gillette's 3 won't fall, rebound bounces over to Rasheen Merlin. They've been close in a lot of games. In fact, when these two teams played each other in the opening weeks of the season, it actually went to overtime. Stearns won that game in overtime, and RKE just hasn't been able to get over the hump in some of these games as Jones in the isolation. His jumper is too strong, rebounded by Gillette. Here he goes the other way.
Jones coming into this quarter was 4 of 13, and it feels like his shot taking at times has hurt them. And they're up in this game, but if they want to make a run of the championship game, he has to be more efficient and take more efficient shots.
Here's Gaffney. Under the basket, goes up through contact, can't get it to fall, but he got fouled on the way up, and if that's on Masung, which it is, I believe that's 4 on him.
Again, not too much time left, so it's not the biggest deal in the world. If it was 6:39 in the third, obviously a different story, but
I stand corrected, it's actually 5 on Masung.
that's a difference. That's a huge difference.
Yeah. So Moran and Masung each with 5, Davidson with 4. And that will send Jalen Gaffney to the stripe. Trying to push the lead back to double digits again. As he knocks down the first. Two free throws from Gaffney are good, and the lead back up to 11. 99-88, 6.5 to play. Here's Masung into the lane, gives off to Moran. Can't finish through contact, but they'll get Dortch on a foul. That'll be 4 on Dortch. Again, the fouls have been abundant in this game because of the shorter benches.
Yeah.
There's also been a lot of calls in this game as well.
Obviously, the refs decide to have a heavy whistle when there's short benches. Doesn't that make sense?
31 fouls after 3 quarters.
It's a
So
lot.
34 now as Moran misses the first
It's
one
not just
short.
the refs, too. I mean, both teams playing incredibly physical, and it's the playoffs, but it's difficult.
So Moran splits a pair, lead back to 10. Here's Mason Jones the other way. He'll isolate against Moran. They empty out that side of the floor, and now Dortch comes up for a screen. They get the switch. Jones in the ISO will pull up from 3. That one off to the right side.
That was just a terrible offensive possession.
Still up by 10. Here's Masung the other way. Pinned against the glass by Jones, but Davidson's there to put it right back in. Mason Jones got the block, but Nick Davidson finished with the basket. So 99-91, 6 minutes to play. Here's Merlin. He'll rise for 3 in the corner. That one's short. Moran with the board. RKE once again still not out of this game, but then Merlin picks the pocket of Cardace. Here's Gaffney in transition. Left wide open. He'll rise from the wing, and he knocks it down. And just like that, it's back to 12 or 11. Cardace will bring it up. High screen from Moran. Down into the lane. He got it. They'll give him the continuation and the foul. Cardace starting to heat up in this fourth quarter, trying to will RKE Athletic back into this game. Right back to single digits at 9. Third on Jones. And also 3 on Stearns in the quarter. As Cardace can't finish on the three-point play. Eamon, through a forest of trees, hauls in the rebound. Here's Gaffney. 2 defenders shade over. He fires a long skip pass over to Jones. Now Merlin to Eamon. Around the horn, Eamon into the lane. Finds Gaffney in the corner. Open for 3, and he knocks that one down as well. Gaffney has been huge with his three-point shot tonight.
He really has, and this is one of those guys who last year made that shot. We talk about it a lot, but Gaffney, oh, nice move by Cardace. Gaffney's just such a good shot taker, and he takes smart shots, and I think that's the biggest thing. When you got a guy that can take smart shots and then obviously knock them down, it's huge.
So 4 fouls on Mason Jones and 4 in the quarter. And Kyle Cardace will have a free throw for a three-point play opportunity on the other side of this break. 4:56 to play in the fourth. Still an interesting game, 105-95. RKE not out of it just yet. We'll be back after this on the JSBL Network. It's officially crunch time in the fourth and final JSBL quarterfinal game. It's a 105-95 lead for the second seed Stearns Trailer over the seventh seed RKE Athletic, and Kyle Cardacy trying to cut that lead back to single digits. It's mostly been played in between 8 to 12. That lead for Stearns Trailer for pretty much most of the second half. It ballooned to as many as 18 in the third quarter. But since then, it's basically been played in that range. Down to 9 after the free throw from Cardacy. Here's Gaffney driving on into the lane. Gives off to Merlin. Got stripped by Moran and a turnover. 3-on-3 break. Here's Masung high in the air. Him and Jones crash to the floor. They'll get a foul on Jones, and that's 3 fouls on Jones in a matter of minutes. That's 5 on him. And also, RKE Athletic in the bonus.
Yeah, and this is 2 big free throws from Masung. You could cut this to a 7-point game with 4:42 left, and with the amount of time they have left, anything's possible.
And again, the only player on the bench available for Stearns Trailer is James Hankowski. So if Jones were to pick up that 6th foul, Hankowski would be pressed into action, and then they have no subs left.
And that's not an ideal situation.
And RKE on the verge of dealing with a similar thing with Masung and Moran both with 5 fouls.
Yeah, this is the problem when you have short benches, and I know you're kind of at the mercy of who shows up and when they show up, but this is one of the results of it.
As first free throw for Masung won't go. Hankowski will check in with Mason Jones having those 5 fouls. And he splits the pair. So 105-97.
8-point game, and the way Stearns has played offense lately, I don't know if you noticed the same thing. It's interesting.
Here's Dortch. Got it ripped away by Gillette and a turnover. RKE with a chance to cut it to a 2-possession game. Gillette on the perimeter, drives into the lane, loses control of it, and crashes into Mike Amon and out of bounds. They'll say off Stearns last.
Amon took a tough fall. I think Gillette kind of went into his knee.
Yeah, him and Dortch were trying to go after the ball. It looks like Amon's all right. Gonna walk it out. It'll be a baseline inbound for Nick Davidson. 4:20 now on the clock. As the wet spot cleaned up. Actually, they're still in the process of cleaning it up.
This has been one of the things that, not consistent wet spot cleanups.
Maybe the mops are being a little bit overused. I don't know. So 4:20 on the clock. Here's Cardacy on the inbound with Hankowski guarding him. Spins around into the lane, goes double clutch, blocked by Gaffney. Rebound tipped into the hands of Merlin, and a big stop for Stearns Trailer.
It's like no one wanted the basketball there.
Here's Amon into the front court, driving in, kicks out for Hankowski, corner triple, can't knock it down. Bouncing rebound goes to Cardacy, a behind the back pass to Masung, he hauls it in, goes up through the contact, can't get it to fall. Dortch with a big rebound.
Oh, just great defense by him inside, and the defensive rebound as well.
Dortch will control it, under 4 to play. Here's Amon, he'll slow it down. And an entry pass to Merlin in the post with Gillette on him. Kicks back to Amon. He's left wide open for a long 2. He can't get it to fall. Cardacy with the board. Here he comes the other way. Fires a pass down low to Davidson. Nobody back down low for Stearns. And the lead is down to 6. It's a 2-possession game. We'll get a timeout. 105-99, 3:27 to play in the third quarter, or the fourth quarter, I should say. And we'll take a quick break. This should be an interesting finish no matter which way it goes in the quarterfinals. We're back here after the Stearns trailer timeout. Their lead has shrunk to 6. Late in this game, under 3.5 to play. Here's Parker Dortch, and he gets fouled in the post. Dortch entered the fourth quarter with 37 points. He has been the main contributor on offense. Him and Merlin have done a lot of the heavy lifting. Second foul on RKE in the quarter. Cardacy second in the game. Here's Gaffney. Around a screen from Amon. 9 to shoot. Goes to the right wing. Working on Davidson now. He'll step back, try a long 3 late in the shot clock.
Oh,
and how
my
about
goodness.
Jalen Gaffney? 3 huge threes in this fourth quarter.
He's helping them single-handedly put this game away, and I mean, just rising, firing, and then, bad turnover by RKE.
Yeah, lead back to 9, and then a pass thrown away as Mason Jones will check back into the game. 2:54 on the clock now, and that was a huge back-breaking 3 for Gaffney. Shot clock was at 2. There wasn't a whole lot doing on that possession. But Gaffney drained a 3 anyways. Here's Dortch. Nearing a 40-piece tonight. Merlin back to Gaffney. The hot hand tries again, and that one too strong.
He has such a soft touch on his three-pointers, which allow them, even when they hit the rim, to be able to go in, too.
Cardacy knocks down a 3 in transition, and we're back to 6 with 2.5 to play. Cardacy has turned it on here in this second half and is helping. Him and Davidson are both willing RKE back into this game. Here's Jones. Turnaround fall away 2 is good. He got the shooter's roll.
Every time Mason Jones touches the ball, he's ready to shoot it.
He's into double digits now as well through 3 quarters. Cardacy with another chance at a 3. That one too strong. Rebound over to Merlin. Here goes Jones. He'll slow it down in transition. Doesn't have the numbers. Taking some time off the clock. 2 minutes to play. Jones controlling it. Gives to Gaffney. I don't know if he was ready for that one, but they'll give the ball back to him anyways. High screen for Dortch. Gaffney has been crucial in this fourth quarter, and he draws a foul. They'll get Masung, and he is done for the night.
Yeah.
Alex Masung fouls out, and if RKE Athletic can't come back, his JSBL season will end with it. Jay King will check into the game. That's 3 fouls on RKE in the quarter. Actually, first in the last 2 minutes, I should say. So next one will put Stearns at the foul line. Here's Gaffney to inbound, gives to Dortch, who will give it right back to Gaffney. 12 to shoot. Gaffney around a Dortch screen, operating in the mid-range. Instead, he'll draw it out. Step back 3 from the wing is no good. Davidson with the board, saved it to Cardacy.
Need a 3 or a quick 2 here right away.
It's go time as King in the corner gives back to Cardacy. Mid-range J is up and down. Once again, 2-possession game. Now with 1:20 to play, and Stearns in the business of taking as much time off the clock as possible. Merlin will slow it down as he gives to Gaffney. Needs some help in the corner. And that one tipped last by Moran out of bounds. 1:09 on the game clock. 13 to shoot. Stearns holding on to a 110 to 104 lead. Inbound goes to Mason Jones, loses control of it. Here's Cardacy the other way off a nice outlet pass from Gillette. He gets it and the foul, and we are 1 free throw away from this being a 1-possession game.
And this is what Cardacy can do. He can go off at any time, and this time he does. Gets inside, gets the basket, and draws the contact. And this is a huge free throw for Cardacy when this game looked like it was over about 30 seconds ago.
It was an 18-point lead. It's been double digits for much of this second half, and Cardacy can cut it to 3. And he does. As he's done so many times over the last few years in the JSBL, Kyle Cardacy trying to will RKE Athletic back into this game. 110-107, Gaffney to control.
Hey, we mentioned to you, the last time these two teams played, it was an overtime thriller. It could be that way again.
Dortch in the paint, and he gets the hook to fall. Big bucket for Dortch. He's over 40 for the night.
He's been just so good.
And they're going to get a foul on Gaffney. That'll put Cardacy at the line for 2.
I don't love that. I mean, Cardacy's clearly getting by you there, but maybe you trust the rest of your defense, who's been pretty effective tonight.
I think you can't give him an open floater opportunity as well. Might as well make him earn it from the foul line.
Yeah, but it does stop the clock, and that does help RKE.
42.8 on the clock, 112 to 107. And he misses the first. You can hear a pin drop here in Manasquan. Both teams in the bonus. The 2 versus 7 game as Cardacy misses the second one as well, but Moran there for the offensive rebound. Gives to Cardacy a 3 in the corner, and he gets the bounce.
That's incredible.
We're down to 2 with 37 seconds left.
How many times have you missed both free throws and you're happy with the possession?
Cardacy once again carrying this team back into this game. 112 to 110. Gaffney will hold. 25 on the game clock, 10 on the shot clock. George comes up for a screen. Shot clock winding down. Here's Gaffney into the lane. Kicks for Eamon. Oh, and he lost it out of bounds.
Oh my goodness, the most veteran player in the JSBL. They had the chance to lock it up.
Sean Gallagher will call a timeout, and then probably RKE can either tie or win this game with 1 possession. There's 15.1 on the game clock, and I think you and I both know where this basketball is going.
And that's why if you're Stearns Trailer, I think you might have to send a triple team at Cardacy. Make someone else beat you if you're Stearns Trailer right now, because you cannot let number 1 beat you the way he shot the ball the last 2 minutes.
Only 5 available for RKE after Alex Masong fouled out. It's Kyle Cardacy, Nico Gillette, Jay King, Dane Moran, and Nick Davidson.
And now do you think, if I was Sean Gallagher, I know as crazy as it sounds because the way Cardacy has the hot hand right now, I'm drawing up a play for Nico Gillette.
I don't hate it because he's probably your best driver. I would also look out for Davidson. Again, he, through 3 quarters, shot 13 free throws. He's got to be a guy to look out for going towards the lane. And if you're going to foul him because he's really good at drawing those fouls, you better make sure that shot doesn't come close to falling into the net.
Yeah, you have to, and this is just such a crazy, precarious situation right now.
So shot clock is off. 15.1 on the game clock. RKE ball. And a game that looked like it was Stearns to control now comes down to the final possession. They led by as many as 18 points in the 3rd quarter. Now it's just 2. 112 to 110.
What do you draw up? What did you draw up?
We'll see. Here's Gillette. Looking to inbound. Cardacy off a couple of screens. They find him. He'll rise. 3 for the lead is off the mark. Merlin with the rebound finds Jalen Gaffney, and he is fouled with 8.5 remaining.
I don't love it. And Cardacy was going to take that shot no matter what. But you had an open look inside. You don't have to force up the first look you get. And that one was a little bit forced by Cardacy. And now, excuse me, Stearns could just ice this at the line.
Gaffney will shoot 2. He was 4 for 4 through 3 quarters of play. And he makes the first calmly. Lead is up to 3, 113 to 110. 8.5 seconds on the game clock. And ice in his veins, Gaffney knocks down both. Sean Gallagher will use another timeout, 114 to 110, and now you're down 4 with 8.5 left. Do you force a 3 here?
I still think you could get a 2 and then maybe try to foul someone else, but you're kind of in an unwinnable situation, I'd say. But I want to go back to that first possession. You don't have to take the first shot. If I would have drawn up something where I had Cardacy kind of as a decoy, have him get that ball right there, and then you pass inside, you have an easy finish because everyone's going to look at Cardacy shooting the 3.
Yeah. So 8.5 seconds on the game clock. Shot clock off. Same 5 on the floor for both sides. RKE Athletic with the ball, down by 4. It'll be a sideline inbound.
I would try to get Davidson a 3.
Here's Gillette, will inbound once again. Go with likely the same set, looking for Cardacy. Instead, they find Davidson down low. He finishes the quick 2.
Oh, and they let a little too much go off the shot clock. That should be set back to like 7.1 or 2.
And I believe a timeout called by RKE. No, Stearns trailer. So 6.7 seconds on the clock, 114 to 112.
It was about 7.1. I think they're going to give RKE a bit of time back here.
And they did just what you said. They found Davidson as a bit of a decoy going straight to the basket. They used that same set where they had Cardace coming up from the opposite corner, and Davidson was open for the two. So a nice play drawn up by Sean Gallagher in the huddle and good execution by RKE.
That's the right play there, because if you think about it, they had that look the first time around. They didn't take it. They took a three. And then the next time, they do the exact same thing. That's good coaching. They knew they were going to get that play again, and they made the right pass. I can't believe they're not going to put more time back on the clock here. There was about 7 seconds when that ball went in.
I wonder if it started late, and that's why they didn't. I guess we'll never know.
They immediately took a timeout.
Well, I mean, it started late as in when the inbound came in, it started late. That's always a possibility. So 6.7 on the clock. It'll be a sideline inbound for Stearns trailer. They're in the bonus. They're up by 2, and now it's down to the free throw game. Depends. Probably want Gaffney at the line after he just drained the last 2. It'll be Rasheem Merlin to inbound. Winner will move on to the semifinals. Merlin to trigger. Finds Dortch, and he is immediately fouled with 6.1 on the clock.
That's perfect a foul defense as you could play if you're RKE. Barely any time dropped off the clock, and Dortch is at the line, and he's been money there tonight. 5:07 after 3. We don't have the updated stats for the fourth quarter, but he's been their best player all night, and he has a chance to potentially ice the game here at the free throw line. Oh,
he misses the first.
My goodness.
114 to 112. Dortch with over 40 certainly tonight, but he needs to make one more to push this lead to 3. 6.1 on the clock.
Do you force miss the second here?
I don't think so. I think you have to take the 3-point lead. I don't think you can risk a 3-pointer losing you the game.
If you're Stearns, you have to foul if he makes this.
And he does. 115 to 112, 6.1 on the clock. Moran finds Gillette. Gillette up the floor, and he's fouled by Dortch.
That's a smart play by Dortch. You had to give the foul there.
Yeah, good job by Dortch. Just as Gillette was starting to get past him, he just reached out and fouled him.
That's what Tom Thibodeau didn't do.
The foul up 3 has infected the JSBL.
Hey, Van Gundy was right that day. The Bulls should have fouled.
It's a smart, it is a smart play. I just don't like seeing it for my own personal entertainment.
Oh, no, it's terrible from an entertainment standpoint, but in terms of a winning games perspective, that's exactly what you're supposed to do in that situation.
So Gillette with 2. Knocks down the first. We're down to a 2-point game, and now the question is, do you miss? Or do you try to go for the make and foul with 3 seconds left?
I think there's not enough time left, especially you don't know how much you're going to get. I think you have to try to miss it and hope Moran can get an offensive rebound.
So Gillette with the choice here. He'll rise high in the air. He misses it. Rebound goes to Davidson. King at the buzzer, puts it up, and it's short.
They got exactly what they wanted, but the last person on the floor, they wanted to take the shot.
Jay King misses from the foul line at the buzzer. They got the miss, they got the rebound,
Perfect
but they
miss.
couldn't get the make.
Davidson couldn't get it out of his hand.
113 to 111. Stearns trailer survives after having an 18-point lead shrink just to 2. And we'll get you your interview at the start of the game. Stearns trailer will move on to face the 3-seed Seaview Jeep on Wednesday in the semifinals.
That's a heavyweight matchup right there.
And it is, and RKE Athletics season will come to a close.
You got to give RKE credit, though. They really did fight in this game. It doesn't end the way that they probably wanted it to, but you can hang your hat on high with that effort. You can hang your head up high with that effort.
So Stearns moves on to the semifinals. We'll get you your interview with our star of the game, most likely Parker Dortch, after a 40-piece. But we'll take a quick break. Interview coming up after this break on the JSBL Network.
Back here with tonight's star of game number 2, Parker Dortch. Parker, it was you a lot of that first half where you were kind of keeping your team afloat. Your team gets off to a slow start. You're on fire. You finished tonight 17 of 24. Take me through that first half where you're carrying this offense.
To be honest, I don't even feel like I carry. Like, we got a good team. We know what we got. I was just out there doing what I do. My teammates keep feeding me the ball. You know, they was food down low. So we keep basketball simple over here. I think that's why we do so well. We just keep basketball simple.
You, Jalen, and Rasheen are such a good trio because you guys have that championship experience. You guys have won a title all together, but you guys are such close friends on and off the court. How much fun is it to play with those three? Or those two, excuse me.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of fun. It's a blast. I mean, me and Sheen go way back. Me and Gav, we grew up together, you know, same neighborhood. So having that chemistry on the court definitely helps a lot. You know, we just give each other that look like, all right, come on, stop bullshitting. And then, you know, from there, it's just over.
Seaview Jeep coming up next on Wednesday. How confident are you guys after tonight's performance that you can go beat them?
Yeah, I'm confident. I mean, you know, when our players show up, their players show up, like, it's going to be a good game. We know how it get, you know, shout out Scoop. But, you know, we got our guards. We got our guards. Stearns, what we do is we play defense, so I'm excited.
43 points tonight, 7 rebounds, and 6 fouls drawn, 3 assists. Just talk about how good it feels to be back up here. You know, you haven't been up here all summer. You said you were getting angry. How good does it feel to be back up here and now you're going to the semifinals?
Man, I was literally look, that's why he's running over right now. I was telling Sheen, like, by the time this shit is over, I'm going to get me an interview. I promise you right here. By the time this was over, I told him I was going to get me an interview. There's no way I was going to go a whole season without getting one.
I'm going to let you finish. Park had 43, I had 44.
You're right. That's crazy, Sheen.
Yeah. You guys go next round, confident. Parker Dortch, tonight's star of the game. Parker, thank you for taking some time.
Absolutely. Hey, one more thing. Shout out my boy Dig for pulling up, man. So, yeah, we on that.
All right.
All right.
Have a good night, everyone. We'll see you Wednesday.
Appreciate you.